What's up YouTube? Drew Manchu back at it again with another face-to-face video. Today we're going to take a look at some of the stuff that I picked up this week. Mostly comics I got on New Comic Wednesday, and you're going to hear my hot takes on what's going on with these books. Let's go ahead and get started with some of my DC haul. Deathstroke number 14. I'm not all the way caught up on this book, but if the snowstorm that is forecasted to hit the East Coast is a real thing and I get snowed in, not only am I going to catch up on this, catch up on another couple of books, and probably reorganize the Nerd Cave as well if I'm stuck at home. This book also came with an advertisement comic for Into the Badlands. This show is absolutely phenomenal. This book, yeah, it's alright. I definitely think that you should go ahead and check out Into the Badlands. Season 2 is about to premiere on AMC, and Season 1 is available on Netflix. So if you have Netflix, and who the hell doesn't have Netflix, go ahead and stream that shit. You'll enjoy it. Titans number 9. This book has fallen off a little bit in my opinion. I think the art style has fallen back into that DC house style, Jim Lee ripoff style, I like to call it. But I do like Dan Abnett's story in this book, and I think things are going really well for that. And I am excited to see what happens with the Lazarus contract crossover with Teen Titans, which is one of my favorite DC books at the moment, and Deathstroke, which is why I'm trying to get caught up on that. After that, I may be dropping Titans. It could fall victim to the economy. Detective Comics number 952. I did not like the art in this book. This is the League of Shadows story arc right now, where they're pretty much dismantling the Bat family. And they got Batwing and they got Azrael, and Batman got bitched out by a little girl named Shiva. And you know, it's making Batman look kind of weak. Normally, James Tynion IV has a plan in place, and I do trust him with this story, but I think that if I was going to buy one Bat book, it would be Tom King's Batman over Detective Comics right now. And I kind of had the opposite feeling during the previous story arc for both books. Right now, this kind of seems inconsequential to the overarching narrative of DC Rebirth, and when I think they should be getting down to business soon with story arcs like The Button, Detective Comics seems like it's just treading water and wasting time. Action Comics number 975 is only 25 issues away from the 1,000 issue milestone, which is absolutely insane, and also is a double-sized anniversary issue. You get Superman Reborn Part 2, which is a follow-up to the last issue of Superman. We're finally finding out who the mysterious doppelganger Clark Kent is. It's not Superboy Prime. It's not Electric Blue Superman. And spoiler alert, I know a lot of you guys have read this already. It's been out for almost a week. But if you do not want to be spoiled, just skip ahead until you see the next book. It's Mr. Mxyzptlk. And it's kind of underwhelming in the front half of this book, but in the backup story by Paul Dini, where Mxyzptlk is interacting with Jonathan Kent, that is definitely worth the price of this book alone. So definitely pick up this issue. Scooby Apocalypse issue number 11. This story is going places. This book is pretty darn cool, and you should be reading it. Throw a little Star Wars flavor in for you guys this week. I picked up Dr. Aphra number 5. This is a really cool story. Aphra is pretty awesome. Her father has become a pretty well-developed character in this story, and I really, really like this book. It's got some attitude that you don't find in the other Star Wars books, and I really enjoy it. Picked up Paper Girls number 12. This is a really nice coming-of-age tale told by Brian K. Vaughan, the writer of Saga, Y the Last Man, and numerous other comics. Fantastic storyteller. This is really, really great. Like I said, coming-of-age tale. You take Stranger Things and Goonies and Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure with girls, and this is what you get. You Paper Girls. It's pretty fucking great. On to some Marvel books. Silver Surfer number 9 by Dan Slott and Mike Allred. Allred, his art is just phenomenal, that great pop art style. He draws the Silver Surfer the way I imagine Jack Kirby would if he were alive today. I think that Slott's story here is definitely not your traditional Silver Surfer tale. This is the new number 1, the mid-run number 1, Marvel.now, I guess. but they don't dot now it. They just, it's number 9 and number 1 at the same time. Who knows what the fuck that means? But Slott Silver Surfer holds a lot of similarities with Doctor Who, and he does not shy away from saying that it's very Doctor Who inspired. He is a huge Whovian, and if you're a Whovian, I suggest you pick up this book. If you're not a Whovian, but you like Silver Surfer, this may not be for you. It's very, very Tennant Who, relationship heavy, and fun. All New Wolverine number 18. Now, maybe it's because I'm high off of seeing Logan freshly in my mind. Saw that movie, and X-23 is amazing in that movie. Laura Kinney is freaking awesome, but All New Wolverine number 18 is a killer book. It ends this story arc in a fantastic way that ties into both Laura's origins and where she's going in the future, and the fact that she's debuting a brand new X-Force looking costume in the next issue. I can't wait to see where this book goes moving forward. That being said, this has been 3 fantastic volumes of All New Wolverine. One of the highlights of All New, All Different Marvel for me. Fading into Marvel now, All New Wolverine is a definite must-buy. Pick this book up. Spider-Man Deadpool number 15, Till Death Do Us Part, Part 2. This story arc is going through both Deadpool proper and Spider-Man Deadpool, and also Deadpool and the Mercs for Money as well. This is basically about Shikla and Deadpool's marriage falling apart, as far as I know. And they've involved some really great characters along the way. Spider-Man is definitely in this book because it's a Spider-Man Deadpool book. And you also get some Blade in there as well, which is pretty awesome. And this book ends with Deadpool seeking the help of Dracula. So anybody who knows about Deadpool and Dracula's history knows that that's probably not going to be the most cohesive of friendships in this title. So make sure you're checking this out. I really enjoyed it. The art style is pretty great. And it's a Deadpool book, so you know what you're getting with a Deadpool book. You're getting a Deadpool book. Nova number 4, Sam Alexander goes on a date. It's juxtaposed by cutting back and forth to Gamora and Rich Rider reconnecting. It's the first time she knows that he's back from the dead, and they had a little boom chicka boom boom going on. So this is a really cool issue, and it ends kind of strange, but you know, it's setting us up for more action in the future. Power Man and Iron Fist number 14. I'm a few issues back on this. I really have no interest in reading it. But you know, I was telling my shopkeep that I wanted to drop this title, and he's like, there's only like 2 issues left, so I guess I'll pick up 2 more issues. The completionist in me will do that, and maybe I'll get around to reading it eventually, but this title soured for me quite quickly. Consistently, one of the best books on the shelf this week gives us issue number 13 of Captain America, Steve Rogers. There's a fantastic cover there with the invaders. That's really neat looking. We get a fair amount of Cap in flashbacks and his interaction with Zemo during the war. We also, for the most part, do not see him in the present. And while he is absent, Dr. Selvig has been recruited by Zemo to help him, and the mission is to beef up their forces. By the end of this book, Zemo has gathered all of the villains on his side, and they are all going to be supporting Steve Rogers in his campaign for the Hydra takeover in the Secret Empire. Stein and Brandt's art in this issue is pretty on point. I've been really preferring the Jesus Saez stuff, and hoping that he's coming back for more. But this art team definitely has a good grasp on what they need to do to make this issue come together. Nick Spencer is a master at work here, and if you're not reading these Captain America titles, then you shouldn't be reading comics at all. You're getting the wrong books! Old Man Logan number 19, Felipe Andrade's art in this book is highly stylized, and one of my favorite looks for this new Old Man Logan. I think that definitely Sorrentino's art was phenomenal for the first couple of arcs, but anybody else that kind of plugged and played with this this story has kind of fallen flat for me, but Andrade's art is really, really killer. Some really great conversations going on in this book, some great character stuff, some great stuff with Logan wanting to get back to the Wasteland to take care of the Hulk baby that he abandoned. And that's kind of a convoluted story, and I don't know where they're going with that, but I really like Jeff Lemire's take on why he feels he needs to do this, and some great stuff in here with Miles Morales as he shows up in the middle of the book. Just some really great stuff. Also, everybody's picking up these Venomized variants, and I definitely picked up this Old Man Logan Venomized variant. He's fighting a Tyrannosaurus with a symbiote on him, and that's just too fucking cool. That's just too cool. A lot of people were, really set on getting the all-new Wolverine, and I went back for it, and it was gone. But this is the one that I preferred. I looked at all the ones. They had pretty much all of them at my LCS, and this is the one I went with, and I'm really happy with it. I've seen a lot of them left on the shelves, but I really dig that cover. That's really fun. Monsters Unleashed #4. I really like the formula that Marvel's doing with this, giving each one of these issues to a different artist, because this is La Roca. There's a lot of detail on every panel. This book is absolutely gorgeous. The one thing I will say about the art is I don't like the way he draws Moon Girl. She looks too old. But beyond that, I think that this is another beautiful issue. This is a fun book. If you like monster fights, you're gonna like this book. A lot of great detail. The art is phenomenal. Like I said, a few drawbacks, but I'm in. I'm in on this. And finally, for new books, we got the end of IVX with Inhumans vs. X-Men #6. I also picked up the Cho variant, which is these movie poster things. Really dig that. That's a fantastic looking cover when Medusa is standing on the head of the Sentinel. That's amazing. In this book, we get the reveal that Emma Frost is behind everything, and everybody gets kind of pissed off at her. And that's pretty much what happened. At the last minute, she gets away with the assistance of an unsuspecting hero. And I'm kind of excited to see where that goes in the future. The X-Men have kind of been on top the entire way through this storyline, and the second the scales tip and it looks like the Inhumans have the opportunity to secure victory, Medusa realizes that she's in the wrong. And then that is impressive to me that they went ahead and did that. I think the fact that the Inhumans realized that, what they were doing was not cool, and that the X-Men were right, was a big story point that I really enjoyed how they played that out. Then the fact that Emma then goes crazy and proceeds to try to kill everybody anyway, that's typical X-Men villainry, and I really like that. Excited to see where this goes into X-Men Prime, because I'm hyped for all of those titles, and I will be purchasing all of those titles. I am an X-Men fanatic, so very, very excited for that. This book leaves me wanting more from the Inhumans, and really excited for Inhuman Prime. The final panel in this book is basically what I've been wanting for the Inhumans since Marvel Now. Since Infinity. Royals is looking like it's going to be one of my must-buy titles coming up in the future as well. Now, I've said this a million times, but I have two LCSs that I shop at, two LCSs that I keep a pull list at. I get most of my DC one spot, I get most of my Marvel at another, and one spot I go to, every $10 you spend, you get a free dollar book. Earlier this year, I was reading Carnage, and I dropped Carnage. I dropped Carnage at issue number 10. Kind of glad I did, because I got issue number 11, number 12, number 13, number 14, number 15, and number 16, which is a really, really cool cover. I dig that. And I got them all for the price of free. And I got them all for the price of nothing. Absolutely free. Actually, I bought one of them because I didn't get a freebie on that one, and then they had 6, and I got 5 freebies. So, $1. I spent $1 on 6 books. pretty awesome. 2 4-part series at $1 a piece. I got Starjammers from the 90s. This story is a really, really solid sci-fi story. I was amazed at how much I enjoyed it, and then I looked at the credits, and it's written by Warren Ellis, so, I mean, there's talent right there. Good stuff. On the contrary, I really did not like this other series, which was Cyclops. The art is pretty cool. It's Mark Teixeira, Paul Miotti on the inks, and the story is pretty much garbage, which is weird because it's written by Brian K. Vaughan. Yeah, I didn't enjoy it at all. Also, earlier this week, I went to the mall with my wife. I went down to the FYE, and they had a sale on Funko Pops. It's buy 2, get 1, 75% off. So for about $7 a piece, I picked up James Ford Sawyer from Lost. Absolutely love this show. Picked up the Hurley. Now I have the Sawyer. And everybody else in the first wave, with the exception of John Locke, is pretty much inconsequential to me. Kate and Jack look really, really plain. But Sawyer has the book that he's reading. You can see his glasses in his pocket. That's a pretty cool pop. I dig that. Also snagged the Demogorgon. The 11 with Egos is kind of cool, but I think this one was definitely much neater. And the Chase version of this is the closed mouth, and I think that looks dumb. I think it looks dumb. So I would rather have this one than the Chase. And I also snagged the Previews exclusive Black Bolt. This is kind of a cool deal. I like Black Bolt. Everybody's going nuts over the Blade and the Iron Fist. I think that the Black Bolt is a much cooler figure. Alright guys, that does it for this face-to-face video. Make sure you check out the rest of my channel, especially my 100 sub giveaway, which is your way of getting a free Marvel Legends Deadpool, as well as some different comic books and other things as well. So check that out, and I will see you guys next time. Remember, collect what you love and share what you find. I'm Drew Manchu. Check you out later.